Hey, black in America, don't leave, don't go nowhere. Greatest country in the world for a black man or a black woman. Today is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. We celebrate it on January the 15th every year. I've done a Martin Luther King Jr. holiday video for 2022 and 2023, and now it's 2024. I'm going to attack this one in a different way. I'm not going to attack it in the way I attacked it before by giving the accolades to the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., mention all the great things he did and the great person he was. I'm going to take it from when he left, from when he got assassinated. He was wanting to go on, have the poor man's march. He realized that black people deserve the reparations. You know, the only way you're going to set them straight from that setback of their ancestors was to do the reparations. And that was in '68. Now we're in 2023, no reparations at all. We've had, I don't know how many wars we've had. I could have calculated them and said it, but I don't think my statistics would have made any difference to anybody. Been in several wars, right? We're going from Vietnam all the way to Afghanistan, all the way to all these other little wars everywhere. And you got Ukraine, and you got money going to Israel. You got money going all over the place. And it's always putting black people on the back burner. Always putting them on the back burner. I mean, I've set up a system here whereby I think reparations will work like this. Can't pay everybody at one time. It's estimated about 42.6 million black Americans. When I say black Americans, I don't mean African Americans. I don't mean Jamaican Americans. I don't mean Dominican Americans. I don't mean anybody from Brazil. No other type of black person besides the black Americans whose family came from the slave thing into what we have as today. That's what I'm talking about. So it's not confusing, right? Just black Americans. So can't nobody come and say, give me some of those reparations, you know? I'm black. But there's a lot of black people in the world. There's 54 African nations. And from the African nations, we got about 2.7 immigrants that were born here in America. Truly African Americans born here in America from when the families born here. Got a bunch of them speak English, some look like regular black Americans, but you're not. Maybe some of them taking advantage of the NAACP or the Black College Fund. You know, maybe they slipped and took advantage of that because they got some other relatives, maybe got them in there. We're talking about just black Americans, right? I'm talking about that 42.6 million black Americans. So let's do the reparations like this. Let's start off with, let's make it pretty much a 9-year thing. We start off with people from 90 years old and above getting reparations. And then from 80 to 89 getting reparations. Then from 70 to 79 getting reparations. These are different years. So the first year, the older ones, then it starts going down. And then so from 60 to 69, from 50 to 59, from 40 to 49, and from 30 to 39, from 20 to 29, and from infancy to 19. And it's over with. It's over with. Anybody that comes after that fact can't get it. All the precious people that died before that fact, because if they gave it during the Martin Luther King Jr. time, black people were at a height. They were doing all kind of marvelous things, you know, busting through civil rights, they probably would have bought more homes, more real estate, would have invested more wisely. I think the black people today are not quite as wise or prudent as the black people back in '68. So you got a lot of black people today. If you gave them reparations, a white America, if you gave them this reparations, right? A lot of black folks are going to spend that money right here in the United States of America. It's been proven that black folks spend 90% of their disposable income soon they get it. So you got a lot of black folks, you hand them $195,000. They're going to be trying to buy Cadillacs and jewelry and clothes and go on shows and all kind of stuff. They're going to put that money back in the economy so fast. You know, when we had this thing with this Popeye's chicken, had this chicken sandwich, and black people fighting each other and have accidents in line to get the chicken sandwich, you know they'd be fighting who's going to get the last Cadillac. I want that Cadillac. I was here first and shoot somebody because I want the Cadillac first. I mean, you know, so giving black people reparations, man, would probably be the greatest shot on for America. White America is going to benefit from it greatly because if you gave that kind of money to people, you know, like I said, it belongs to black America. But if you gave it to people from the other countries that came, if you gave it to immigrants from Africa, they would send it home to their village, to their town, wherever they're from, help their relatives out. They would go back home. Even if you send it to Central America, Guatemala, El Salvador, Panama, Belize, Costa Rica, Honduras, or Nicaragua, they're gonna send the homes there to the people. They're gonna buy some cars there. They're gonna build some homes there. You can send it home to South America, Venezuela, and Argentina, and Brazil, and Chile, and Colombia, and Paraguay, and Ecuador, and Suriname. All those countries over there, they're gonna send the money back to their people, right? Of course they are. But Black America, what does Black America have to go besides America? Most don't have any place to go besides here. They born in whatever state they were born in, whatever, from slavery to regular, whoever surname they used because they didn't know how to write their own name, didn't think of an imaginative name themselves. And so it's basically going to be in Black America. So this is what I would like to be. I would like for white America, Republicans more so, because the Democrats haven't done crap, really. They haven't done crap. So how about this? If they made me ambassador for Kenya, Tanzania, Somalia, Uganda, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. All these countries border one another. They're more than Eastern Africa, not in the Western African area. Ghana's been making a big move, want to let black folks come back there and become citizens of the nation and so forth. I'm kind of staying away from West Africa, man, because the history tells me the slave trade started in West Africa, selling weaker tribes to the white man. They found they could make money selling black folks in slavery and getting paid rum and mudfish bones for it. This is all history right here. I'm not just rambling. So why you want to send somebody back in the same backyard with somebody done dogged you 400 years ago, 300 years ago, however long it was ago? I say Eastern Africa, man. Go to Eastern Africa. I'm speaking English there. If I was ambassador of these 5 countries, I work out a plan, man, where, setting aside some land. So, maybe we're getting 5 or 6 acres of land per person, because these big land mass in Africa. Africa's huge. Setting aside some land mass, man. So getting a big place where you can put a homestead there, and it's not like the United States. If you don't pay taxes, they'll take the property from you here in the United States. But there, once you buy some, just like Mexico, we border Mexico, you buy some, the place is yours. You pay for it, it's yours forever. There's no taxes now. Now, with paying taxes in America, we know what that comes with. It comes with police, firemen, it comes with school system, trash, picking up your trash and stuff like that. It comes with health issues. It comes with a lot of different things that taxes take care in the United States of America. That's why it's such a popular country. So a lot of people from those other countries that come here to enjoy those same kind of benefits. Now, if you go over there, have a property or such in Africa, you're not going to pay a property tax. You can't expect to get on the phone and call the police if a problem comes. That's the thing there. You have to hope that the government's going to take it their own way. And a lot of times you have over in Africa, you have police taking money from people because they're not getting paid good salaries. So if you go over there, you have to have your own security instead of your own towns. Like this in South Africa, the white people that came to South Africa, but there was only 5% of the population. Blacks were 95% of the population, but they spread out, made their own homes and own towns and own police force and all that kind of stuff, all kind of communities. Got a lot of people in the United States that major in urban development and such. Go there and make some real nice land masses with those various countries right there. And the benefit to these countries would be if you got 42.6 million black Americans, descendants of the slave trade from Western Africa, but now they're morphed into the 15th greatest economy in the world in America. A lot of them want to leave, take that money and go somewhere else and build a nice home, a nice surrounding, something they can say is theirs, something they can actually will to their children, instead of something that somebody neglects paying taxes. Well, somebody can buy it on a tax auction and then they own it. They can sell it to somebody. Then everything you ever had or got is gone, just like you never had it. But if you're able to put it in Africa, then it wouldn't be all disposable income going back into the economy of America, because what do black people have to spend it? Nowhere but America. So you want to spread it around. You want to have agreements, have relations with Kenya, Tanzania, Somalia, Uganda, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. That you got back to migrating there. So maybe they'll spend some time there and sometimes in America. Sometimes there, sometimes in America. Visit and vacation there, sometimes in America. If you're talking about $195,000, it'll stretch a whole lot further in Africa than it would here in America. So you can build real nice homes there, real nice communities, gated communities, police, security there. You have your own schools, you have your own restaurants, you have your own clubs, have your own hospitals, have all these kinds of things. Tap into modern technology, but you're inside that country, so you'll be living in Ethiopia with these things. Living in South Sudan, you got Ethiopians all over here. Washington, D.C., Miami, you got Nigerians everywhere. You got a lot of Africans over here now. The Africans started coming to America back in 1970, and to right now, you have about 2.7 million African immigrants living in America. A lot of them were born here in America. So they're truly African Americans. But people like me who came through the slave trade, we're Black Americans, right? We are our own separate tribe here in America. 5% of the slave trade came to the United States of America. We morphed into our own tribe. So that's the way I look at it. So I gave the dates. It should be a 9-year process, but everybody should have reparations. Anybody that come out after the cutoff deadline won't get it. It's like all the great people that was living in 1968 when Martin Luther King Jr. got assassinated, didn't get it. A lot of them wouldn't get it either. But at least you will have rewarded those group of people's descendants who descended from slaves. Give them that bounce up. A lot of people saying, oh, always begging for this, begging for that. Well, look, people begging to come to America every day. You got people at the border crossing illegally right now, coming from all kind of Central and South American nations and coming over here. You got people, you got everybody. Every time there's a war coming, somebody coming over here. You got Palestinians living over here. You got Iranians, Iraqis. You got everybody living over here. So let's not make it like we're trying to do something different here. Or we're trying to just get paid. Pay the Japanese. They got their money. A lot of Indians, reservation people got, a lot of Indians, tribes got their money. A lot of them can have casinos and stuff and all kind of stuff. So let's give it to the Black man. Let's set up a way where we got ways and angles to go to Africa. So we set these up with these countries. Now Ghana wants to get a lot of Black Americans there. So Black Americans, if they feel like going there, if they don't mind the history of what happened and how they were sold in slavery, well, it's fine. But I'm saying opportunity to go to these other places. So we travel and see these other beautiful places, and they got homesteads, and they meet the people, and they enjoy themselves, and there's food growing, and a lot of Black expert farmers over here get a chance to go over there and farm the lands and open up, chicken, poultry houses and pork houses and all kind of stuff, and have cattle and all kind of things. Already know how to live and exist. And go on through with it, man. So over in America, the democratic system, how it's going about, the Republicans helped this come about because Democrats simply haven't done it and not willing to do it. Then the Republicans will run Congress and the House of Representatives and everything again. It'll basically be white people over here. It'll be all those immigrant Black people that came to Africa looking for a better life in America, and all the ones that came from Jamaica looking for a better life, and the Caribbeans looking for a better life, and all those Black places that they send slaves to, but we're not here in the continental United States of America. Then if they're going to give reparations, let them ask whoever and enslave them or they give it to them. But in America, we Black Americans should be separate. And another thing I like to voice about this category. Now, my parents were on their birth certificates were Negroes. On my birth certificate, I was colored. On my children's birth certificate is Black. And then you come in with this Afro-American thing, you're mixing and confusing things up. Now, I know Smokey Robinson said that when Black Americans, we all knew who we were anyway. You didn't have to tell anybody this or tell them that. But a guy coming here from another country like Ivan, a guy named Ivan coming from Cameroon, and he speaks French, and he speaks English, and he went in the military. Well, he's an African American, but he's not a Black American. So they got 2.7 million maybe like that speak good language. You speak in your brown, you would think they was Americans until it came to certain little things, and you would see the difference. See, they know how to come in and be bullish on America. They see how their countries is separated and how America's done. They say, I kind of like it there in America, right? I kind of like it there in America. But a lot of Americans, Black Americans, have maybe not enjoyed another country when they say, well, I'm going there. It's not like I'm competing against the white man. I'm competing against a bunch of other immigrants, because America lets everybody in. Black people can't control who come into America. Anybody come in, anybody white man say come in, let them in, let them in. They did the paperwork, let them in, let them all come in. Let them all come in, it's great. America's a great country. So I'm saying, politically speaking, I think it's better for the Republicans to to have as many black people receive reparations, get them all done. A lot of people might say might leave the country and go someplace else and live, which means they're off the rolls, which means you don't have to worry about the Democrats pandering to the black vote during election time, because that black vote won't be there. Now the immigrant vote there, who knows what they're going to vote. They might half do Republican, half do Democrat. And so then it spends a lot of elections in favor of the Republicans instead of the Democrats. And I'm not I want everybody to accept Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior, repent of their sins, and go to heaven. That's what I want. But I'm not, making a racist kind of thing by saying that Pamela Harris herself is not a black American. I know she graduated from Howard University. I know she got a lot of black girlfriends. And maybe they said like her too. Maybe they're from some other kind of thing too. But they went where they were liked more. They went where they could get along with. They went where they could blend in and have a better experience. But Pamela Harris is her mother's Indian from India and her dad's from Jamaica. Oh, there's black people in Jamaica because slave trade went there too, but it's not the continent of the United States of America. So her being vice president, they say she's a person of color. They try to lean for like she's not a black American, and that's not anything against her. Hey, kudos to you. You worked it around. You did your thing in California, and boom, you're on the ticket with Biden. And you're vice president. And same thing with Obama. Obama is mother was white American and father is a Kenyan. He's not a black American either. Now, if reparations were to happen, Obama would not get reparations, but Michelle, his wife, would, and his children would. Because his children are descended from Michelle, you see? So they would get it because their blood goes back to black America. And Pamela Harris wouldn't get reparations at all. She wouldn't see it all. I don't think she even has biological kids. I think she adopted the kids of her Caucasian husband. So we talk about something real deep, real woven here. But if you're looking at it political, which a lot of things in America are political, if you want to give black people this money and say, well, all right, we done gave you this money now. Pray to God. All those Christian white pastors and priests saying, well, God's going to bless America. They paid off the black people descended from slaves. That horrible stain is gone from us now. We recovered from it, just like when we paid the Native Americans money and paid the Japanese when they were put in concentration camps over here during the war and everything. Paid off a lot of people through the time, man. So pay off black America. Let's finish it done. Some black Americans, again, like I said, they're going to spend 90% of their disposable income right here. Some going to spread it around and really benefit a lot from it. And some will be just as broke as some people who hit the lottery with $1 million. They say they broke a year later. I know they're going to spend every little penny they got because like a kid in a candy store, because I got a candy store in Price's Grocery. A kid in the candy store, they come in and spend every bit of change. I said, look, why don't you save some for tomorrow? No, I want to spend it now. I want it all. They'll buy the cupcakes and cookies and ice cream and everything. And before you know it, they got a stomachache because they wanted it all. And parents gave it to them and didn't put any guidelines on it. They spend it all. So a lot of money is going to go back forth into the economy anyway. It's going to be a big shot in the arm for America. America going to find a way to make all the money back. These material things they get, they'll go back and lose them or whatever like that or how it works. But that's what will happen. But the stain will be gone. The stain will be gone, paid off, a bunch of money, and let's make it a priority. It's not that every time some kind of war happens, let's deal with this and deal with that. Let's just go and take care of black America. Take care of black America. Like I said, let me be the ambassador of these 5 countries. They all border one another. Payment of salary, you pay 5 separate people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 6 people's salary. And I can negotiate things with these countries, find out the boundaries, how they feel about it, are they open for it? Because if just 1 million black Americans went to any one of these countries, that's putting almost $195 billion in that place's hand. Unlike this African summit thing where they had here, and they wanted to give like $5 billion to each country and spread it out over a period of time, maybe 2 or 3 years, give it to country. You talking about a shot in the arm? You got that many people coming in, it's going to bump that economy up. The money's going to be flowing there. It's going to be all kind of ways to advance it, and then work with agreements with all these places where people can travel back and forth without these restrictions. They can fly cheaper back and forth and drive cheaper or wherever they want to go across the border, have different kind of passports, IDs, man, so they can travel back and forth, and there's no problem with the borders for somebody coming in, because the countries all border one another, right? They have a certain kind of identification to say, well, they can travel through it. They don't have to pay any surcharge to travel. Let them travel. So you got all these Black Americans traveling to all these different places, right? Seeing all these different people and seeing people with smiles on their face and glad to see them and learning their culture, eating their food. And then you got, in all these 5 nations right here, you have Black America. Like you have, like in the United States of America, you got Chinatown. Every city got a place called Chinatown. You go in there, there's a bunch of, you might see ducks hanging from the thing, or Chinese fixing food, or they got some place where old Chinese is standing in some retirement home right there. It's all in Chinatown. You can do something like that in the cities, and there'd be blacks living in a suburb part. In the city part, you have a little Black America. Little Black America. You might have a city part where there's all Black Americans there, and they're got the stores and selling stuff and clothes, and they're doing all this kind of commerce, all kind of foods and restaurants, entertainment, like they want to have a Black Broadway and all of them, where they're having plays showing on and all kind of stuff going on, music events. You had a whole infinite kind of thing to your economy, and plus you have Black people flying over there to visit and see what's going on, what Black people are doing over here, in these various countries. And you're talking about a booming kind of society, man. Modern technology passing back and forth, people advancing things. A lot of Black people in America came up with a lot of inventions, a lot of ideas that were stolen from them, purely stolen from them, and they couldn't regroup the money from for no reason. Couldn't validate it was stolen from. You got all this extra energy and intelligence coming to your country, inventing, creating things, making things better, doing this and doing that. You know how much more you can uplift a society like that? It only takes a few geniuses to uplift the whole society. They learn and they progress and they advance from that. A lot of natural resources in Africa not being taken care of. You got the Europeans over there in the hands all the time trying to do something, with the material, because they found a little more knowledge where they know I can do a little more with this dirt. I can heat this dirt up and cause some calcium or something, or cause some copper or some other kind of thing to come out of it. I can make this other thing with it, because what's the name needs, people do the same kind of thing. So this Martin Luther King holiday, January the 15th, 2024, this is my new approach to it. My new approach to it is the extending what Martin Luther King Jr. wanted. Extending what he wanted. He wanted reparations for Black people. Let's get them. Republicans, help us. It's time right now. When you got Trump about ready to win this thing again, you get enough votes. You look like you got a lot of Black people going to vote for Trump anyway. To push this thing over and furthermore change the demographics by giving that money. And if a lot of Black people on steps, if we change the demographics, it says like 13.6% of America is Black America. Then you got the African American, you got the Dominican American, you got some other island people over here that's Black living in America, but just the Black Americans. If you got enough of them to shift, if you got a good shift, if the population went from 13.6 to 7 point something, that's enough to win every election in every little city in the United States you want, and run these cities the way you want to, because that's what the Republicans want to do. They want to win it and run the way they want to, and have Black folks somewhere else, because wherever they are, a lot of I'm subscribed to a lot of YouTubers who have Africans that have channels, and all in Africa, you got white people going there. They can't seem to stay away from Black folks. No matter where it is, they're going. There's some parts of Africa they're going to, and they're having sex with a Black man. And some place in Africa they're going to just want to see him on the beach. I mean, they can't help themselves around Black people because they've been doing it so long. So even in that, you have more white tourists coming to those parts of Africa, and Black people coming towards them, money going, the economy is just moving and growing, homes being built, bigger farms, and more food, more vegetation, more everything around to build those countries that are real strong. So this is my plea out there to anybody watching this channel, Stay Black in America, which I was so passionate about staying Black in America. And now I think it's a lot more with choices. Staying Black in America is great. That's my thing. But if you can go somewhere else and live better, or you can live half the year somewhere else and better, if you change your mindset and vote for the Republicans, and they're doing better for you than what the Democrats doing better for you, and your vote's not being taken for granted, then do that. Because if that demographic shifts, Republicans going to run this thing, man. They're going to run this America the way they want to run this thing here. So, however, the chips may fall then, but if you got 10 or 15 or 20 million black Americans living abroad and they're happy where they are, then they're not slaves to America anymore. They're not tied to the hip to America. They say, well, I can live and exist in this other country. I'm eating well. I'm healthy. My family's healthy. We're not missing out on any wonders of the world. We're seeing everything. Technology is here. Well, we don't need to be a part of that system anymore. We were brought there against our will, and then we're gone of our free will. We got this $195,000 reparations, which I think is kind of low now. I mean, it's not real low, but it's based upon that 40 acres and a mule or 40 acres and an automobile now. So $195,000, man, is enough money to start a new life somewhere else. And a lot of black Americans living in America are going to stay. They have higher incomes, higher jobs, higher positions. They're going to stay where they are. Almost like if you look at the nation of Israel, and you look at Israel's in America, you only got about 2.2% of the population are Israelis in America, and they're flourishing. Other than these hate crimes coming, these people hating them because they're doing well. Other than that, they're flourishing and doing really well. So even if the black community, the actual black American community over here, stay 5 or 6%, they'll probably be doing so well that when you talk about them and do commercials about them, make shows about them, it'll be a whole different kind of show. Because it won't be somebody strung out on something, somebody peddling, begging on the street. People doing very well. They jump to that echelon level of American society, living the American dream big time. So the other thing I like to go and get straight again is that when these demographics come up, instead of having black American, Afro-American, instead of having that stuff tied together, have it separate. Have the SBA, right? Super Black Americans. Let's make it Super Black Americans. That way, nobody's gonna be super no more. Let's make it Super Black Americans. That means that the Black Americans who came through the slave trade, Black Americans who made their own tribe here in America, Black Americans with only 5 or 6% of slave trade here in America, who moved to the 15th biggest economy in the world, make them Super Black Americans. And then you got Super Black Americans, you got African Americans. The ones who migrated over here as immigrants and became part of America's system, they love it. They still go home. They still speak French over here. They speak this language over here. They speak their native language over here. And we know exactly who they are. No hate for them at all, but have correct separation. Correct separation. No racism, just pure knowledge and correct separation. And so when these five nations over there, these Black Americans over there, like I said before, have separate things. There's no racism, no hate. It's getting from one situation to another situation, one situation to another. Learning how to maneuver yourself in this kind of environment. Learn how to in this kind of environment. Learn how to make friends in that environment. Learn how to build communities together in that environment. That's what you do. That's what you do. So this Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, this is my wish, this is my hope for America. So look, stay Black in America, like and subscribe to my channel, please, because I like to make a big impact. And I'm just thinking and talking about it, and this talking and thinking about it just really, really irritated me because it seemed like something could have been done a long time ago. So look, stay Black in America, like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye.